Hi guys, it's me and Missy today. She's decided to come and live her true life goal of being a lapdog because honestly that's all she wants to do in life, is just to be on someone's lap. And you know what? That's all we want from her as well. We love her so much. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here with me again today. So it only felt right that as I start this journey on YouTube, we are an open book with each other, okay? I want you guys to feel like you truly know me, and I may be sharing too much on the internet. Who knows? Truly, that's the relationship I want with you guys, and I thought a great way to do that would be a Q&A, because I've been getting a lot of questions recently. So I was just like, why don't we just do a dedicated video where you guys can get in any questions that you have, or something you might want to know about me, something you just want me to chat about. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to get to know each other on a very deep level. If you listen to my podcast, you know there is quite possibly nothing I won't speak about. Great for you, not so great for me. Like, am I going to look back in 10 years with just so much regret? Nah. I made myself a matcha. It's not from Starbucks. It is in a Starbucks cup. I've had this a very long time. Thank you so much for being here. Please chat to me in the comments. I absolutely love chatting to you all. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. I'm not sure what that does, but people say that, don't they? So smash a big thumbs up. And in the comments, let me know where you're going on holiday this year, what you're most excited about summer. Let's just get excited for summer together, and leave a very summery emoji in the comments, maybe like a little seashell or whatever you choose. Okay, let's get into the questions. Nervies. What are your thoughts on the trend of influencers doing Ozempic? Now, I'm not sure what influencers have openly said, you know, like, I'm taking Ozempic. And to be honest, I'm sure there are a lot of people taking Ozempic that aren't being honest about it. I think people would be more forgiving towards influencers if they just came out and said it. Like, you know, if people were just like, yeah, I'm on Ozempic. Like, yeah, I'm fucking on Ozempic. And I think it helps people understand the reality of weight and weight loss and body image and stuff like that. Because if you're sitting here telling people, like, this is what I eat every day and I'm not on Ozempic and this is the size of me and I was this size before, like, people, first of all, they feel confused, and then they also feel like, I don't know, because also I agree that it's also not an influencer's responsibility to share absolutely everything. I don't think that should be part of the job, you know, because there are things about influencers' lives that you should and have the right to keep private. But I don't know. I really don't know. I just think, like, at the end of the day, I truly don't care about anything that doesn't impact me. I mean it in a way of, like, it doesn't affect me, so why should I care? And I think everybody's going through their own struggles, and I think as women in our 20s, almost all of us can relate to that, you know, like struggling with body image and insecurities around body image. Whatever someone is doing around that is really none of my business, and that's just where I stand on it. I just think, like, whatever makes you happy is your choice, what you do, and it has nothing to do with me, and I truly don't care. Has an influencer ever been rude to you? Yeah, but I still to this day don't know if it was intentional, or because I'm a sensitive person, we all know that, right? So I don't know if I read into it wrong, or if I was... By the way, I haven't addressed this ugly thing. I'm just about to check my heart rate because I know it's going up. Oh, 82. Basically, I'm trying to really be in my running era, so I got this to motivate me. It's so ugly. I look like I'd batter you in the streets. Anyway. So, I was at an event. I was getting pictures taken, as you do at events, which is really uncomfortable for me. Like, even though I'm at these events and I'm considered, like, part of this, it still feels completely alien to me, and it still feels really uncomfortable, and I still feel I'm extremely insecure. Like, and I think you guys probably know that about me, because in every video I'm fucking pulling myself apart and then laughing about it, but obviously that comes from a deep down insecurity. I think there's a difference between being loud and confident and being secure in yourself. Like, I actually think the loudest person in the room is often the most insecure. But anyway, normally when people are like, do you want pictures taken, I just say no, and then I get home and I regret it, because I've bought this outfit, I've made all this effort, I've left the house for the first time in 8 months. And then I'm too shy to get a picture and I always regret it. So I started to say, yeah, sure, like, my turn. And I'm literally there, I'm clenching my bum cheeks, I'm so embarrassed, I'm so insecure, I literally want to cry, like, I hate it, I'm like, but actually I'm thinking, oh my god, I look so ugly, oh my god, I look so ugly, oh my god, I'm so ugly, I'm so ugly. And a couple of the girls, like, because everyone watches you, like, when it's your turn for your pictures, everyone watches you, which is so scary. And a couple of the girls are like, yeah, like, you look stunning, and like, you do that to each other, like, oh my god, yeah, like, you look so good, you look so good. And then this girl wasn't saying anything, and then she just went, it's given MILF. And I was like, I immediately reacted like, MILF? Like, I don't know, it was just like an immediate thing. And I was just like, I don't know, I felt, what is my heart rate right now? Because I hate talking about things like this. I feel like I'm getting myself in trouble. I feel like I'm starting drama over nothing. 8-4, okay. And it really upset me. And then I thought, God, Leah, you're so pathetic. Like, she probably meant that in a nice way. I just felt like, are you trying to say that I don't look young and gorgeous? Like, are you saying, like, because I guess as well, it just played on an insecurity that I already have, like I've spoken to you guys about before, where I feel like I look older than I am, and no one wants to look older than they are. Like, let's be honest, we don't. And people come for me like, what's wrong with looking like you're in your 30s? Nothing. When you're in your 30s, I don't want to look like I'm there when I'm not. I'm probably paranoid and I'm probably overthinking. I don't know. Any advice for keeping a good relationship and a spark in it? I really don't like to say this because I think it can come across really, I don't know what the word is, but a big part of a spark is just there, and like you don't need to do much to keep the spark. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think relationships take work. I do truly believe relationships take work. Long-term, lifelong relationships, they take work. They don't just survive through the things we go through in our life, you know, like, as you get older, you face different things, whether that's career challenges, grief in your life, personal change, and things like that. And you're not expected to just mould through life as this perfect collective of two people, you know, like a spark. For me, like, you should be able to not go on a date for months and months, which is normal. Like, we've abandoned the relationship a little bit and we've got a bit lazy with our quality time, whatever. But the spark should not be like, oh, like, the spark's gone. Like, I don't know, maybe what I think of a spark is different. I also think people put a lot of pressure on the feeling of what a spark is. And I think, for me, a spark isn't like butterflies in my belly and like sexual like tension. Like, I think for me, what I consider to be a successful and happy relationship that has the spark is we always feel safe together. We always feel like we can talk to each other. We always feel like each other's rock. We don't feel like we need to lie. There aren't secrets. That's the spark for me. So these questions I get a lot and they do make me laugh. I'll read it to you. Okay, so we're petite girlies, right? Meaning I have a petite chest and ass. Do you ever feel pressure to look like the girls in the gym for your boyfriend? First of all, okay, speak for yourself. It reminds me of when I did like a question box on Instagram once, somebody sent in like, how do you have the confidence with your boobs around your boyfriend, like asking from a fellow flat-chested girly, and I was like, you're telling me I need to be insecure because I'm not. Like, do you know what I mean? Anyway, I know it's not me. I know it's not meant to come across like that, and it doesn't. To be honest, it doesn't come across like that. My feelings aren't hurt when it comes to this sort of thing. Like, I'm an itty bitty girly and proud. You know, like I've said this before a lot, like on Instagram, on the pod. As somebody with health anxiety, like having healthy boobs is so much more important to me than the size of them. Like double A cups or double E, to have boobs that can feed my future children potentially and are healthy is everything, is all that matters to me. And I truly have never ever, and this is the truth, I've never cared, and I don't know why, to be honest, because people said it in school. Like, I got picked on in school for having flat chest, yeah, but I almost didn't get it. Like, I don't know if it's because I grew up with a mum who has small boobs as well, but sorry, mum. But I would just be like, why would I give a shit about the size of my tits? Like, I don't know. I've never cared about what they look like in a bikini. I've never felt like they're not sexy. I don't care, like, when I'm naked, I'm like, let's go, itty bitties. Like, I don't know. I've never been embarrassed about it. There was one of the girls I went to school with, and it was like her biggest insecurity. And she used to hate when it would come to like sleeping with somebody new for the first time, and she used to feel like she had to say it. Like, she used to feel like she had to be like, I've got really small boobs. Like, by the way, I've got really small boobs. Just so that it was like, let's make sure he knows what he's getting into. You know, and I was always like, I don't know, and I feel like I'm lucky to feel like that. I feel like I'm very lucky, and I think that probably does come from my mum, but I was never made to feel like it's not feminine and not sexy, and like, yeah, I'm like, ugh. But the issue I have with this question is, she says, we're petite girlies, right? Meaning I have a petite chest, me too, and arse. I also, again, like, because, you know, you're asking me, like, do you ever feel pressure to look like the gym girls for your boyfriend? No, I don't, because apart from boobs and bum, like, obviously that's what the question's about, boobs and bum, there are girls that walk past that have got a button nose, and that's my dream. And there are girls that walk past who's got perfectly straight teeth, like the most gorgeous teeth, hair down to her ass, or the most stylish, gorgeous, choppy blonde bob that I'm so jealous of. But, you know, there's no difference between him walking past a girl who's got my dream teeth or my dream nose to a girl with a great set of tits or a great bum. And, like, let's be real, there are gorgeous people everywhere in the world, but in the right relationship, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. And I think that's what you have to remind yourself. Do you still want to pursue a career in musical theatre? I've been really talking and thinking about this recently. So to anyone that doesn't know, I grew up studying and just singing, basically. Singing, I say it lightly when I say dancing. I like to call myself a singer that can move. Yeah, not a dancer. And quite a bad actress. But I love to sing. And I studied performing arts at university. I went on to have a musical theatre agent after that, and I performed in off West End theatres in London. I played Vanessa in The Heights, I played Maureen in Wren. Yeah, I had an amazing time, and I absolutely, like, it was, and still is, like, the one thing I am so in love with, and I miss that feeling every day. The process of auditioning and constant rejection, which it is constant, like, you probably will get every 1 in 1,000 auditions that you go for. It became a very negative space for me, and when I would get an audition come through via email, I was just like, oh, I can't do this again. I can't do this again. Yeah, I sort of just stopped going, and it wasn't like a conscious decision, like, right, I'm stepping away from musical theatre, like, it's not for me. It will always be for me, like, it will always be who I am, and everyone that knows me will know me as the theatre kid, the singer, like, the performer. But then my talent agent sent me an email after I hadn't communicated, or we hadn't communicated in months, maybe almost a year at this point, and she said basically, like, I can't seem to get you an audition, you know, I think it's best that we both move in separate directions. Basically, they didn't want to represent me anymore. And I was like, yeah, like, I know, like, we don't even communicate, I don't go to auditions, and it made that made me feel really sad, even though nothing was going to change, because I wasn't going to auditions, we weren't communicating, so nothing was going to change from that decision. But it was very final, and it felt very like, I'm really not doing this anymore. I do have a big hope that one day, like, something is out there performance wise. Like, I just want to sing on stage, like, I really do. You never know, and I don't think I'm too old and stuff like that. And unfortunately, like, pursuing that career, like, it is the reason that I'm in the financial position I'm in, the living position I'm in, because, like, anyone that does that job, you know, you have to live in London, which is so expensive. You have to work a part-time job that you can just go, oh, I've got an audition come through for tomorrow, I need the day off. So you can't work in a comfortable 9 to 5 job, because you can't just say, I can't come in tomorrow. you need to work at bar work, mostly hospitality, really. So anyone that pursues this career, like, you end up, it's a big financial sacrifice, and it's a big sacrifice to your future when and if you start a family. And I got to the point where I thought, I will get an audition come through, I'll finish work at 1 a.m. because I'm working in a bar, I'll go home, learn the song they've asked me to learn, find an outfit, have a quick rehearsal in the morning, go to the audition that I've had to book off work last minute, go to the audition, get a call back, get more material, you go away, you learn that, you come back first thing the next day, you've got a dance call back, and then you've got to sing 2 songs that they've asked you to learn overnight, as well as 2 songs they're going to pull out from your songbook, and then they're going to go, thank you so much, that's what we need from you today. And that's it, that's the end of the road. It got to the point for me where I thought, I can't do this anymore. I'm not enjoying it. Do you have a timeline in your head for engagement, marriage, babies, etc.? Honestly, marriage and engagement is really not something I think about. I don't know if I'll ever get married. I don't know. I also, a big part of like being someone who really struggles with friendships, and if you are in that position, you can definitely relate. I have a fear of getting engaged, because who's going to be at my head? Who's going to be happy for me that I'm engaged? You know, like, who am I going to FaceTime with a ring and say, I'm engaged, that's gonna scream and cry and like be happy for me? Who's gonna come to my hen? Who's gonna be my bridesmaids? Who's gonna be in the hotel room getting ready for me on my wedding morning? Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, like, being someone who really struggles with friendship, I have a fear of getting married, which is so sad, and I guess I just tell myself I'll sort it out by then, I'll have friends by then. But now I'm getting to 28, and babies, yeah, like, I've got an idea of when I'd like it to happen. I know when I don't want it to happen, like, which is now. I think especially with PCOS and endo, like, I don't know what my fertility journey is going to look like. And I will be so grateful just to have that ability, to be honest, to have a baby. So yeah, I just think, not now. Just not now. But one day. Have you ever questioned your sexuality? I wouldn't say I've questioned it, because I've always known, like, I love me a man. But I have had experience with girls in the past and had a great time, so. But I'm here for the hubby life, you know, here for the hubby life, after I just said that I won't be getting married. Any meet and greet / events coming up? I feel like I miss you and we've never met. Honestly, I want so badly to arrange something where we can get together, and I even thought about hosting like an event for us girlies who like really struggle with friendships. I feel like it would be such a good opportunity for me to use my platform for good. Yeah, no, not in the works at the moment, which is really sad. How do you deal with negative comments? I'll be honest, like, I don't deal with them well. It's not a secret. I'm insecure and I'm very sensitive and I take things very personally. And I was actually thinking about it recently, because I had a not so nice comment not too long ago. And it really gets to me and it makes me feel really sad. I started to think, like, you know, you hear influencers say all the time, like, oh, it used to get to me and you get thick skin, and, you know, it'll get better for me, you know, like, I'll get thick skin. And then I think to myself, I don't want thick skin. I don't want to be like used to that. I don't want to be like where the horrible things people say about me go straight over my head. Like, I don't want it to ever be that normal, you know? Like, and I think that's really sad that people get to a point where, you know, yeah, you get used to it. It doesn't bother me. Like, that's good. And it definitely makes it copeable, makes them stronger in their position, because it's really hard. But it makes me feel sad to think that young girls, you just get thick skin and you just get used to people saying awful things about you. I just think it's horrendous. Like, imagine me going up to somebody and being like, you look like shit today. That's not normal behaviour. Oh, it makes me really sad. Yeah, I don't have thick skin. I like that I'm sensitive and I'm emotional and I care what people think. I'm an empath, you know? Like, so yeah, that's how I deal with it. I get really sad and cry about it until I can forget about it. Next question. You seem like you love being at home. Do you ever feel boring for not going out? Sometimes I do. Like, sometimes I actually do. Sometimes I think, I look at girls all glammed up on a girls' night and I think, like, I bet that's fun. I bet that's actually quite fun. But I think overall the answer is no, because growing up, and I wouldn't say I grew up in like chaos. I wouldn't say I grew up in like a manic, chaotic household, but I would say that I was the calm in what could be chaos, you know? Like, I had a rebellious older sister, and then my other older sister was like 8 years older than me, so she was out doing things that I was 8 years too young to do. I had my brother who was full of testosterone and on FIFA and like shooting games, and everyone was arguing, and like, yeah, me and my siblings, like, we didn't get on. Like, when we was younger, it was a house full of arguing. I grew up in a working class single parent household. Like, my mum is amazing, but obviously, like, growing up, there's 4 kids in a house, and I was the one who didn't want to add to the chaos, and I didn't want to add any stress, and I didn't want to add conflict, and I would help where I can, whether that's like, I'll do the food shop and I'll help you cook dinner, and like, let me take myself away and go on the computer and play on The Sims and just be in my little safe space. And I think I like this now. I like the simple things in life because the simple things kept me safe as a child. And again, like, I had a lovely childhood. This isn't me being like, I grew up in a manic childhood and I used to just sit on my own. Like, no. I just think when you are the person like me who was like the individualist and like the peaceful child, and you know, I didn't get in trouble and blah blah blah, going away to my room and shutting the door and opening my laptop and just playing on my games was my comfort zone. It was my safety, it was my calm, it was my peace, it was my happy place, and it was mine. And I think that's probably why, as an adult, I really enjoy the little things in life. Do you have hair extensions? I do. My hair used to be in gorgeous condition. It did. I used to think it was bad condition, and I look back and I'm like, are you actually okay? Like, my hair was incredible. But this is extensions, sadly. However, I do think they look really natural, and it's literally my hair guy. He's incredible. His name's @Hair by Kieran. I'll put his thing here. So he is from Ireland, but he comes over to London once a month, and he is 8,000 steps. I haven't moved. I don't think this is very accurate. He's genuinely incredible. Like, he's so good. He gives you exactly the results you want, and he does it properly. Like, if hair health is a concern for you, I can't recommend him enough. He's been doing this a long time, even though he looks like he's not old enough to have been. Okay, I think we can finish there. I hope you guys feel like you got to know me a little bit better. Please leave a comment. I love chatting to you guys in the comments. It's literally my favourite thing in the whole world. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am so grateful. If you have friends that you feel like might enjoy my content, please recommend me to them. I really want to expand our family over here on YouTube, and I'm so grateful to every single one of you that has watched this video, whether this is the first video you've ever watched with me, or whether you followed me in 2020 and are still here with me today at the ripe old age of 27. Alright guys, I hope you all have an amazing week, and I'll see you on Sunday for a brand new video. Bye!